So I've marked out the spots where the retaining clips will lie on the iPod Classic. You can pause the screen and mark it on your iPod. I'm going to use a ruler for reference. Okay, when you go in with your flat blade, scraper, razor blade, or iSesamo tool, the sides are relatively, the only thing you need to be concerned about is the logic board that sits down at the bottom. So always go straight down if you can, but you have to go at an angle to get in, and then once you're in, turn it and straight down, okay? Otherwise you might cut your logic board. And down the bottom especially and the top are the parts where you need to take more caution because of the plastic frame that holds the connector when you connect to your iPod. So try to get only at the spots, and especially the top headphone jack module, whole slider button module sits here, and these are close to this connector, so be careful of that ones. So how this is hold together is thanks to my wonderful drawing, and you can also go to iFixit to have a better look. So this is the bottom, and that's the metal clip that hangs onto the front face plate. So you go in, and as I said, straight down to separate them. And it will come off like that. Attempt this at your own risk. I take no responsibility. So where you mark the retaining clips, go in at the seam. Okay, let's see, I got in. You can squeeze it out. You can see where the thing is holding up the faceplate. Go in at an angle and slide in your razor blade. Okay, so I've actually got it in. So, and then you have to get lots of your guitar picks and just to hold it in place. Okay, so once you get one in, squeeze in, and then leave it in there because it was self-locking. Then gives you a chance to move on to the next one, and then once you separate it, lock it in, and then get another, like whatever you can, just to hold it apart until you manage to work your way all around the iPod. Like I can leave the razor blade in there. Just be careful, don't cut yourself if you're using sharp objects, please. Thankfully I didn't slice off my fingers. Okay, this one's in. I also end up using a knife because I didn't have enough separators. Tools. 22 minutes. So this is kind of cheating because there's nothing inside, but this is just to show you the idea. Okay, this one needs to get in here to separate. Okay, whew, and that sucks. and it took me forever to get into the iPod on my first go. But you know, if you're replacing the shell, you don't have to worry about damaging the shells because replacing it, but you just want to be careful with the insides, like I said, especially at the top with the headphone jack that sits around here, which is right next to this retaining clip, and the slider module, and also with the plastic frame here. This is just right next to the retaining clip, so be careful when you go in and here. The only thing, like I said, annoying are these things that stop your blades from going all the way in. I'll actually bend a bit there. Alright, I decided to get the shells from this store, Nautilus. I'll put the link in the description. So I got the gold metal bag. The second item is engraving. As you can see there, you just put in the comments your serial number and you pay $1 extra and they'll engrave it on the back. The third one is the front faceplate with a clicker, and the bottom one is just a clear case cover with film. $40, about $40 US to arrive here. I ordered on the 1st, got it on the 22nd of June. The strange thing was this came from within Australia, so I don't know why it took that long. So the other store didn't sell a higher capacity battery for the iPod Classic, because the default standard is $650, but this came in at $1,000, and it's $14, 15 US dollars delivered. This must be a pretty good store because they've had over 200 orders, and it sold in tools, even a battery sticker, which is awesome. I ordered this on the 1st and arrived on the 16th of June, all the way from China. They even threw in electromagnetic film sticker. I don't know if anyone remember this, but this apparently reduces radiation emitted from your electrical devices. Yeah. Okay, so forgot to mention with the battery store, they put in this electrostatic bag which was sealed. So really impressed with the packaging and handling, and it was 1 inch thick of this padding as well. That's my old battery. Okay, so first issue with the stuff that I got from that Nautilus store, the clicker. It's clicking sound here, but not on this button. I reckon it's because of this ribbon film and probably the thickness here. It wasn't touching the logic box, so there's no clicking sound. You had to press really hard and nothing will happen, so I ended up using the original wheel. Disappointed. Second issue was, you can see, even though it's scratched up on the original, you can see how well defined it is. There's no bleeding in, or whatever you call it, see? And the font is not even the same. Minor issues. Okay, when I was doing the putting back the stuff, the screw hole up here, which holds this headphone jack, was probably off by half a mil. So that meant when you plug in the headphone jack, it will not go straight down. It will sit like maybe 1 degree off. So it was going in at 1 degree. So again, not a problem. It can still work, you know. But yeah, and I had to push in the headphone jack this way, and with my other hand I had to screw it in. So that hole was, yeah, stupid. And this side, the whole button, you can hear. So when I hold it, you hear that? But when I unhold it, it just slides. I think it's got to do with the thickness here. There's no clicking sound when I unhold it. So again, it works. Just wish, you know, I had that clicking sound. The film is good. It's bigger than the wheel, which protects dust. The case is also really nice, so I won't ever scratch my iPod again, so meaning I don't have to open it up again. Yeah, okay, let's put it in. Okay, that's it. So thanks for watching, guys.